Today on Freakquels.
Today on
Pop
Freakquels,
quiz.
we're going to put Tom Tomeo here in the hot seat. Yeah, Slumber Party Massacre 2, huh? I bet you like that movie, huh? You freaking pervert.
You freaking pervert.
Yeah, I bet you like that. I bet you're getting your rocks off watching that movie, weren't you, you sick son of a bitch, huh?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah, and welcome to the show.
Hello, you beautiful freaks. Welcome to a brand new episode of Freakquels. I'm your host, EJ Leeson. And with me today is, of course, my co-host, a man who just dills my pickles, Rory Colarossi. How are you, sir?
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. And that's a perfect TJ laugh, by the way.
Okay.
And we're going to get to TJ in a second. But also, the podkeeper himself, from Womb to Wobbles, young Vince. How you doing?
I'm doing
Vince,
fantastic.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, T?
I'm doing wonderful.
And last, but certainly not least, I'm so excited to have you here. Actor, master impressionist, playwright, and one of the funniest dudes I know, Tom Tomeo. What's up, dude?
Hi, everybody. How you doing? I'm doing okay. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for having me on here this evening. I was looking forward to it, and I hope I don't embarrass everyone else and myself. I have
Hopefully
a feeling
just doing-
I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, hopefully
Right.
just you and your family are embarrassed by this.
Well, I want to back up what EJ just said. Tom Tomeo is in fact one of the funniest human beings I've ever met.
Well, now you're just putting me on the spot.
We are raising the bar
Yeah, you're
so
gonna raise
high
the
for
bar.
you.
And then
Well, he's not that funny.
Worst
I didn't think he was funny at all. I thought he was really annoying. And he really brought down the quality of the show, and I'm never going to listen to it again. I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Then I'll complain about that episode, too.
But you have a play coming out this week.
Do actually.
Drop in
it's
Friday.
not mine. It's not me. You know, it was a joint effort with another local playwright and actor, KK Gordon.
Take the credit, Tom. Take the credit.
No,
All of it.
I'm not, dude. I keep it real like Holyfield, baby. I'm real like that.
Real deal.
But yeah, the first weekend in February, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, the Old Brick the Diva at the Old Brick in Scranton, Pennsylvania, will be putting on a few one-act plays written by playwrights in the area. If you have the time, you have the money, and you have the if you want to come see it, we would be happy to come and have you watch it, and hopefully you'll enjoy them.
Yeah, even if you don't have the money, just sneak in.
I'll
Sneak
sneak in. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll put a good word for you.
Bootleg it.
Yeah, that's my people right there. Come on.
Is that Tom or is that two kids in a trench coat? I don't know.
That's 2KT, baby. I got you. I got your front row seat. There you go. Have a seat, and we're gonna take good care of you. But yeah, you come on down to the Diva Theater at the Old Brick. We're gonna put on one hell of a show for you.
Now, to give the audience some context, I met Tommy through acting, doing a show there at the Diva Theater. But you actually go way back, because we started hanging out in like 2019, 2018.
Around
sometime,
that time
right?
frame, yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds about
But
right.
you guys go back even further. You
Horse
and Rory.
and buggy times.
We did, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I actually did a play with Tommy back in 2003. Maybe?
I would say probably 2002, 2003
Yeah.
at the original Diva Theater location on Adams Avenue, right above the former Leonard's Hardware,
Yeah.
when that used to be the Diva Dinner Theater. And
That was
that's where we,
that was the corner where I used to hook.
Right.
Yep.
And I saw that they actually had like an audition call, you know, a little sheet up on the window. Went in and we did Dracula.
We did, and boy, did we do them. You see, I'm the funniest guy in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah, no, we.
Sorry
I
about
remember.
that.
No,
You're good.
no. Now, did you see any new movies? Have you watched anything besides the movie we're covering?
I haven't seen anything new. like, not yet, because it's the past couple of weeks have been a bit crazy.
Right.
With work and everything.
Yeah, and
you
then
know, it's just I
doing
really
your
haven't
rehearsals.
had any time or inclination to.
What's the last good movie you watched?
The last good movie I watched? Oh, that's a very good question. What was the last good movie that I watched?
Just say it, Balto. Just say it. Balto. It was
Well,
Balto.
that was one of the last movies I watched, but I never felt that was a good one. I did. That was just, I was bored, and so I did a roulette thing, and I, spun a Coke bottle around, and I don't know if I could say that. I mean, a cola bottle around. I don't want to,
Yeah. We won't
and it
get
landed
to that.
on Balto. I'm like, I guess you're watching that, soldier. Okay, strap in. But no,
This
I think the
episode is
last-
sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
They don't have that. Coca-Cola.
But no, the last good that, in my opinion, is a good movie that I did see fairly recently was I rewatched Jacob's Ladder.
Okay.
Oh,
That's one of
excellent
my
movie.
favorites. That's
Yeah.
like I love those kinds of movies, like that creepy, like thriller type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good stuff. That was heavy.
Yeah. How about Rory? Anything new or crazy?
Friday, I dipped into my let's just get it over with pile at the
Yeah.
theater. Saw Anyone But You.
Oh yeah. What'd you think?
I mean, it's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah. I know it's like a new.
A spin on an old, yeah.
It's like Much Ado About Nothing, right? Isn't it like a take? Like
They're all-
Dangerous Liaisons.
oh, okay.
La liaison dangereuse.
No, yeah, it's kind of like a standard rom-com. That was fine.
Yeah.
The next day, we went and saw a really fantastic movie that you should check out called American Fiction. Did you see that?
Oh no, I want to with Jeffrey Wright, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, I want to see that. Super bad.
Dude, it's going to just... It's going to floor you. It's
Yeah.
so good.
And,
I don't want to say much about it, all you people listening at home.
And
It's okay.
Vince, you saw a bunch of stuff, right?
No, I didn't. We're actually, you know what we've been watching? We're on season 18 of Survivor. I don't know if I've mentioned Survivor
Oh,
before.
no.
We started from the beginning and we're on season 18 now. So every time we're home together, me and the wife watch Survivor. So yeah.
And whatever horror film we make
And
you
whatever
watch.
shitty horror film you guys make me watch.
It's a buy one
Yeah.
get one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, without further ado, let's talk about the movie that we're covering today.
Let's.
It's called Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Yeah.
And now, so for the viewers at home who don't follow us on Facebook or Instagram, Tommy's actually sporting a little bit of a like a Snuggie sloth thing.
Yeah, this is a very special sloth Snuggie that was given to me as a Christmas gift by a very special person. And I heard that there was going to be a slumber party tonight. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to hook up with the girls. I'm going to bring my Snuggie. We're going to holler.
Yes.
Yes.
There will be pictures.
There will be pictures.
Well, good, because I love pictures.
And so what? Now this Rory, this is the first time you watched this movie, right?
Yeah, it was interesting because you
same
said
here.
we were going to cover Slumber Party Massacre 2. And for my entire life, I was under the impression that I had seen this movie. And I started looking up images, and I'm like, I've never seen 2, and I've certainly never seen the first one. So Saturday, I watched the first one, and then I watched the second one, I think 2 days later. And I'm better for it.
You're a better person now?
I think so.
Okay.
As we all are, I think.
And Tommy, you did the same thing. You watched
I
the
did
first one and then the
Yeah,
second one.
because I've never seen these before either until it was time for you to watch this movie and then we're going to talk about it. So I watched the first one twice and I watched this one 3 times and I'm still trying to wrap my head around both of them.
Are you okay? Do you need to talk? You watched this 3 times?
Why do you think I'm here?
Okay.
Because
It's
we're
like-
going to talk about
It's like
it.
therapy.
It's actually-
Whether you like it or
Therapy
not.
session.
This
This is
actually
actually
explains
therapy.
the Snuggie
Yeah.
a little bit more.
You know? Yeah, this is like a coping thing right now, too.
Welcome to therapy, Tom.
Oh,
Yes.
my goodness. I'm glad to be here.
And Vince, how about, did you go back and you watch the first one, or
No.
you just watched
Hell
this
no.
one?
I just ripped that Band-Aid off.
Yeah, no. I have to keep the bit going of not watching the first movie ever of anything, and
Yes.
it's more fun that way.
Yeah.
To just be completely lost going into this. Yeah, it's a good time though.
I could
Yeah.
have taken that road, too. It just dawned on me.
Yeah, you could have, but you're never gonna
Again,
get that time
better
back.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Better for having
for it.
taken
And because I didn't know what to expect either, because this is my first time being on here. I didn't know if they were going to grill me or something, or it'd be like a pop quiz. Like, no, we're just going to put Tom in the hot seat here, and you better answer every question about this damn movie, or I swear to God, I'll kill you.
So you have listened to the show.
I have.
So you know how we are.
Yeah.
Usually,
you know.
Roy edits most of that out.
Yeah.
But
We actually have, I think about 90% of our guests leave in tears.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how we
best way
just
to do it.
grill them and
No,
grill
that's good.
them.
That's
Yeah.
exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
We're going to crush you emotionally.
You haven't lived until you've seen EJ point his finger in someone's face and just shout at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I've seen him do it to like a 5-year-old. It was awesome.
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
The 5-year-old wasn't even on the
Yeah,
show.
well, you know
No,
what?
we were
Just passing by that kid was.
walking by that kid, that
Yeah.
poor kid.
The world's cold, kid. Bundle up.
Yeah, that's how we do.
It was just terrible because the kid had lost his parents. But moving on.
Yeah, well, that's why I yelled at him. So I cannot wait to get to. So Tommy is doing a perfect impression of a character that pops up in this movie a little bit into it, and I cannot wait to talk about him because he was like kind of my favorite character.
Yeah.
In a weird way. I don't know why.
Is he the one that pushes the lead into the pool?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I loved him too. Just a stunning character.
Oh, my God.
It's so good. But yeah, we are talking about Slumber Party Massacre 2. Now, this is a movie I saw when I was a kid. It used to be on Cinemax like all the time. And so I remember watching it and thinking,
Skinemax.
oh, this is pretty cool. And then I haven't watched it in probably like 30 years. And then I watched it now and I'm like, almost as cool as I remember, but not quite.
Speaking of watching it late night on Cinemax,
Yeah.
the font definitely had like the credits and the font.
Yeah.
Definitely had like low budget porn look to it.
Skinemax.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why we had that.
That's in my notes.
As a kid. Yeah, but I did.
It says 3 seconds in and the font looks like porn.
Yeah. No, it's so yeah.
We
So,
couldn't afford Comic Sans.
Wasn't in the budget, kid.
We didn't have the money for wing beats.
I like that Rory knew it right away, too.
Yeah.
What's that?
You've seen so much porn. That
Right,
that's
yeah.
that's foreign.
Exactly.
Vince, I've been to your house
he does-
before.
Yeah, that's porn font.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio pointing at that.
Yeah.
I know
Remember
that.
porno we was watching? Yeah, that's the same font.
The same font.
Same one. God, that was a good one, wasn't it?
I remember the days.
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday because it was yesterday.
So the film starts with the best sleep acting I have ever seen.
Stunning.
Right?
Oh my God.
This girl is dreaming of this guy, Matt, and he's catching a football, and then suddenly a flash
Shirtless.
of terrible images pop on the screen. Mostly the things from this film and the first film. And she screams, and it's a perfect pause. She's like, ah, and it just like pauses. And boom, the porn logo pops up. Slumber Party Massacre 2.
I've dreamt about that too.
It was so good. So Courtney wakes up. She tells her mom about the dream.
Yep.
And they're talking over breakfast. And the mom asks if she should make an appointment with the doctor. Right. And Courtney, who is the younger sister of Valerie from the first Slumber Party Massacre.
Who was not in this movie because she's suffering from contract negotiationitis.
Right.
There's a lot of that in these
Some-
movies, isn't there?
Yeah, so that's why she's in the hospital, and that's why.
I guess
Courtney
did she
has to take
stab the killer in the first
at
one?
the end of the first one, it was the gym teacher. I forgot her name. I'm very sorry.
To the actress
It was,
listening
it
right
was
now.
like they tag teamed. It was her and Valerie stabbed the killer that looked like my Uncle Paul. And
Shout out to Uncle Paul.
Shout out to Uncle Paul, man. Pouring one out for you, buddy. And
Dude,
yeah,
you're going to get the equipment wet.
sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. So they kill him, and yeah, the final girls are. Most of them are kind of huddling in the corner and crying, while the sister Courtney just kind of has like a blank look on her face.
Yeah.
And that kind of plays into the sequel because now Courtney's a senior. She's a senior now, and she's suffering nightmares because she's still trying to process, like you said, she's still trying to process the events that happened 5 or 6 years ago.
Right. And now, we also find out that her sister is actually in the mental asylum and stuff too.
Yep.
Do we have a name on Courtney?
Like the actress.
The actress's
Crystal
name.
Bernard is her name.
She was fantastic. She was on a show called Wings.
Yes.
Yes, you brought that up.
Gave us Thomas Hayden Church.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Adrian, he played Monk. What's his name? Tony Shalhoub.
Tony
That
Shalhoub.
show was fantastic.
She was also on Happy Days, I believe, if memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, she's got a big IMDb.
She does.
Yeah.
And she's also a musician as well.
Well, we were watching it. I did comment on that. I'm like, she's really good.
Yeah.
For like the
she's a good
material
actor.
that she's given.
I also think she's done like at least 25 of those Hallmark Channel Christmas movies. Can you not picture her in all of those?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I can see it.
I would say, you know, she's a rock star, but it was her call to use the porn font.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We deduct
It
points.
was an
for
11th hour decision. She
was.
called up, the writers and the producers.
She's like,
during
I
the
think
morning.
this
She's
is going to
like-
sell some tickets.
She
Yep.
had foresight because she knew that, Rory would be born. I was dreaming about it, and there's gonna be this kid that's he's gonna be brought into the world, and my God, he's gonna consume porn like nobody's business. We really got to use this font. He's gonna love us for it. Not today,
Later on.
but decades from now,
Decades from now.
he's really gonna say thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you.
And thank you. So Courtney runs off to school and she finds a dead bird on the ground. She stares on it. She stares and until her ride comes and picks her up. And the best is that when Courtney hops in the car, her friend immediately was like, "Hey, what were you looking at?"
a dead bird.
A dead bird. Yeah.
You're so weird.
And then hit song super classic Tokyo Convertible comes on.
baby.
And they start singing along.
I just like going with the motion. I just like going with the motion.
Which I thought the song was really appropriate for some of the acting in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going through the motion.
Just go through the motion.
Zinger.
And so they're singing along until Matt drives up.
Do you know where that song placed on the Billboard?
No.
It didn't.
No, it didn't. So
Hashtag got him.
got him. And then
Not just Matt. It's not just any Matt.
this is the dream.
Matt Armacost. And oh my God, he's such a honk.
Yes, he is
He also
the
looks
guy.
like he should be on the no-fly list.
Right?
He's got like a madness in that face.
yeah,
Looks like Rob Lowe's love child.
he does. He has like.
Well,
this-
IMDb actually credits him as Rob Lowe's love child.
I saw that.
How
I saw
about
that.
that?
See, Tom, look at you.
Interesting. So
Isn't his last name Lowe too?
I believe
The
so.
actor
yeah.
that plays him.
really, I didn't even know that. I did not do
I
any
did not
research.
know that.
Yeah, I
Well, it
did not
explains
know that.
because he may be
I
the low
did
point
not
of
know
the
that.
movie.
He's got that jawline. So
He does.
I'm thinking that the apple might not have fallen too far from the tree.
So yeah, Matt pulls up and they invite
Matt
him.
Armacost.
Armacost. They invite him to hang out at their band practice in the garage, and he's like, "Sure."
Okay.
He's like, "Yeah, all right, let's go." And then we have where at band practice, the band is performing "If Only" by Wednesday Week, and Matt
And
drives
a
up.
very neat lip syncing performance.
This song and the band pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
One thing I did notice that I really appreciated is that they actually seem to be pantomiming, playing the instruments, correctly,
Yeah,
which
they
I thought
probably-
was pretty damn neat. I mean, Crystal Bernard is a musician.
They were
I
pulling
was gonna say,
the
I'll fight you to
wonders
death
from
on
that thing you
that.
do.
Yeah.
Because they really did learn how to play their instruments.
Yeah.
So that's shout out to them. That's
There was
awesome.
no chord
Hey guys, you
progression.
did a great job.
I don't like the drummer. No, I'm out on that.
You
I didn't
don't
like it
like
at
the
all.
drummer?
No, I didn't like the pantomiming of the instrument playing because she was doing a guitar solo way up on where she should be
But
playing.
she
I didn't
got
like
the
that.
drum roll right.
She did get it, kinda, but yeah.
She even
Hey.
said it. I got the drum roll right.
You know what?
the
I,
actress is listening right now.
Yeah.
Don't you listen to this?
she's not.
Don't- yeah.
Did
You should
guys,
see him
Or maybe
listening.
she is brother. You don't know, brother.
Did you see all of the product placement in this?
Oh yeah.
It was
Really?
it was a
Yeah.
It was an advertisement for
Pepsi.
Yamaha. Oh, the Diet Pepsi, yes. But every instrument was a Yamaha. Yamaha drum set, Yamaha guitars, Yamaha amplifiers,
It really
Yamaha
was.
microphones. And I was like, that's nice. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
What was it?
I'll have a slice. I'll have a Perrier.
The Perrier jumped
Perrier.
right the hell out of me.
Yeah.
It like jumped out of the TV and hit me in the face.
But yeah,
She
there-
says it's so snobby too. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to see you die.
I know. Sheila. So
Because I'm the lead singer.
Right.
Hey, by the way, the love interest, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, what was the last name?
Is
Armistead.
was it Low?
Arnold?
I thought it was Low or Low.
Matt.
Matt Armacost.
Thank
is
you.
His name. I'm sorry.
I put love interest looks like Kevin Bacon's friend he never calls anymore. I don't know why I wrote that. It was late.
true. Very true.
That's just 1 degree too much for me, man. I'm sorry. I had to hang up on you.
Yeah.
I gotta cut you off, Daddy-O.
I was in Footloose.
You're harsh in my buzz.
I'm making that Footloose money now.
I'm making that mad Footloose money, baby.
So Matt, he shows up and he just sits on his car and watches them play the rest of their song. And
like the song says, he knows where his boundaries lie, too.
oh yeah, if only.
That's on the hood of this car.
And now Matt asks, he's like, "Hey, want to hang out this weekend?" And she invites him to Sheila's parents' condo for the weekend. And he's like, "Bad girl." And she's like, "Not me." He's like, "No, I'm thinking of you."
And he was
Actual
like, he was,
dialogue.
Actual dialogue.
He was serious about that. He was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm only thinking of you.
When they're talking,
That's not
like they show like her angle and it's
Yeah.
and it's framed appropriately.
Yes.
When they show him, it's like dead center.
Yeah,
It's just,
so
it's
weird.
like
They
it's
gotta
like
get
it's
that
like
golden ratio of the jaw.
no, that was incompetence behind the camera.
yeah.
Sorry, guys. I tried to go to bat for you.
You did. Tommy has your back, and I'm a backstabber. He's
Yeah.
of movies
Smile in your
with
face.
Rob Lowe's cousin.
Rob Lowe's
Like coming after
cousin.
you.
Trying to take
Anyway.
your place.
But yeah, that did jump out at me. I thought it was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
And then, so then they kiss, and Matt, he immediately leaves after this kiss. He's just like, "All right, see you this weekend."
Gotta go do my homework.
So at home, Courtney is eating dinner with her mom and asks her
hold
mom.
on 1 second.
Oh, yeah.
we can't forget the exclamation point to that previous scene when Courtney goes back into the garage and the girl's like, "So, do you think he's coming over?" And Courtney's like, "Yeah, I think so." And then Sally, the drummer that you love so much, Vince, she's like, "I know what Courtney's getting for her birthday, a boyfriend."
That line also just the worst place to cut the scene.
Yeah,
It was like that was the button they went with.
I personally like the drummer. She's my favorite in the band.
I like her too.
Yeah.
I liked all of them. I thought that, well, I mean, as much as you can.
Yeah.
But
She can't keep a tune, but she got a lot of moxie.
she didn't pass the Vince test.
No.
but-
She was good. I still liked all the characters. I just didn't like the pantomime.
Why
that
do
is-
we have
that
a
is a
shirt that
plus,
says
and that-
"I hate the drummer"
'Cause I
and
hate the
Slumber Party Massacre too?
Man,
Yeah.
that's
Tiffany?
hell of a screen print
Sally.
right
Sally?
Sally.
Yeah. Okay.
Sally.
Sally is her name.
Yeah, Sally.
Yes.
One of many horror movie nods. Did you notice that in this movie?
Oh, yeah,
There's
with,
a
like,
ton
Officer
of people.
Kruger.
Yeah,
Get outta
Yeah.
here.
Sally Burns, I think the name
Get
is.
outta here.
Yeah.
Like Marilyn Burns and Sally from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I picked up
Isn't
on all
that
this
so
crap.
weird.
Yeah. No, I did. I noticed. Officer Kruger.
I
of
wrote a
course.
bunch of them down
Yep.
somewhere.
I got
Somewhere in my
them
notes.
right.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get
Mrs.
to it.
Mrs. Bates,
Oh yeah, of course.
And
yeah.
the Craven Estate.
the Craven
Hint,
estate.
hint.
Yep.
Huh?
The movie. And it's a reference to Wes Craven saying, "No way, I'm fucking doing this movie."
So at home, Courtney is eating dinner with her mom, and she asks her mom about going to Sheila's condo with Sally, Sheila, and Amy.
Please.
And the mom suggests going to see Valerie over the weekend, which is her sister. Yeah. And when cleaning the table, Courtney drops a dish and is like, "Mom, Sunday's my birthday, and I don't want to spend it at the mental hospital."
I also wrote that line down.
Well, tough. I don't
I
care.
love that.
And the mom is like, "Oh yeah, I
didn't
forgot
forgot.
it was your birthday."
I didn't think
Fair
about that. I'm
argument.
so sorry.
Yeah. And
The mom, by the way, is a barrel of laughs.
oh,
She's just popping Valium like popcorn.
yeah.
You know, I have a question. Where's the dad? Because they were in the first movie. Their mom and dad were going on vacation, and now the dad is nowhere to be found.
Contract distribution.
The whole
Yeah.
daughter in the
Contractitis.
institution thing really tore the family apart.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. And then someone's going to be like, well, could have got separated between the first and second one, Tomeo.
Yeah.
That's
oh,
gonna
yeah,
be the
they
first
could've.
comment.
Mr.
underneath this episode.
Know-it-all actor from NEPA, Mr. So-called funniest man in NEPA. You're already pissing me off.
Did you guys notice the wallpaper and how 80s that house was?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
beautiful.
like the rest
It
of
was
the
awesome.
movie.
Yeah, like that avocado color and that green.
yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Faux wood paneling.
Even like the condo itself, when they get there, it feels
It's
very
also very-
like,
yeah.
oh, the 90s are
Yeah.
coming.
Wait,
right?
wait.
Like,
The 90s are coming, baby.
I had a different interpretation of that.
oh, really?
I felt like they just didn't have any money left for this.
Oh, I don't
and
think
they
so.
just literally rented out a condo.
Yeah,
Like,
and-
this is where we're gonna film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's so it's like something I made when I was like 14.
And it's also like
Yeah.
they're using the same location, just taking a different angle. Like they run from one
Yeah,
end to the other,
yeah.
and then switch camera angles, and then they run from the other end to the.
That's
Yeah, you could tell that.
That's the business,
yeah.
baby.
That's business, baby. But yeah, no, so eventually the mom agrees to let Courtney go to the condo.
Because it's her birthday.
Yeah,
She doesn't
well, it's
want
her
to spend
birthday.
the weekend at the insane asylum.
And then
Which
Courtney
she
drops
doesn't know
a-
what she's missing.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
And Courtney drops a line. She's like, "Oh, Sheila's parents are like super overprotective
Yeah.
and
They're
Okay.
real strict.
real strict."
I thought that was clever for her.
that was clever.
Just
for
throw
Courtney.
that in there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Well, that changes everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know what? You go, stay the whole weekend.
Yeah, kids, that's a lesson. Lie to your parents.
Yes.
EJ,
Not my
sometimes,
kids, don't do
when
that.
we're like doing these episodes, sometimes we drift by scenes.
Yeah.
We will not go by this next scene because I need to talk about the pink bear lamp.
Oh, don't worry. I have it written down in my notes. So, that night, Courtney has another dream about Matt, some hallways, and a severed hand. By the way, I like her teddy bear lamp.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, we both. I don't know. We had to talk about it for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So
You had to pause the movie and be like,
yeah. Check this lamp out. I want to make one like that.
That's where the production value ended in this movie.
Like the
We
set
blew it all in this lamp.
Yeah.
Who made that call?
The set
background
designer was
prop
like,
stunning.
"Oh, I like made this lamp for you guys."
No,
And
he
they're like,
didn't
"You're
make.
fired."
They didn't. He didn't make the lamp. They gave him the money for the production design, and
Yeah.
then he blew it all on that lamp. He's like, guys, the
Hills
rest of
had
the-
a sale.
Yeah.
Look
rest-
at this thing. Isn't it great?
This won't be the most visually beautiful movie, but it will be for one scene.
Yeah. We have this teddy bear lamp.
It won't be distracting from taking your attention away from the actress.
It doesn't seem like a fire hazard at all. It's just-
Yep, for the record, that bear was not a good call.
I think that bear was a great call.
Because
Yeah.
the actress is working her ass off, talking into the phone,
yeah.
Right.
acting, and I'm staring at the bear.
I know. And like it works and everything. It's not like it's just like a prop. It literally turns on and off. And I was just like,
Wow, that's amazing.
the set designer did a great job.
And the 80s were really ahead of their time.
Do you think
Yeah.
he was on set with his arms crossed and real cocky?
like, yeah.
He's so proud of himself.
This is
what I
me.
did.
the money well?
Well, let's
You
not,
know,
let's
you know
not,
who made that call?
let's not
Jim.
forget that the writer and the director is a woman. I believe Deborah Buck was her name. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
let's give credit
yeah.
where credit is due. We don't want any trouble.
And you could actually tell because I feel like all the girl characters are really like different.
They're a little
In-
fleshed out, I think.
They are.
Yeah, they're
It would
really
be like
fleshed
this,
out.
That is
yeah.
a definite plus. I love.
I noticed that too because I was like, oh wow, they actually took time with these
did.
these
and
characters.
each of them have like
Their own
characteristics
personalities.
and
Yeah.
their own
They're
personality.
human, and,
Yeah.
I think, and that's a definite plus.
And the naked pillow fight at the end, I don't believe was the director's
That's
call.
not in there.
or was it?
I don't know.
It was definitely a producer's
I
call.
remember that
Oh,
producer.
there's
from
a
Psycho
producer.
2
Yeah.
with the cigar.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's not,
came
let's not just assume.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we're getting
that's
to
how
that,
she got the
don't
job.
worry, you know?
That's pretty safe to
What are
assume
your
that.
qualifications? Well,
I have got an idea for you.
Slumber party, pillow fight, boobies.
like you're hired.
Yeah. You're in.
Wait,
But that's not what's important. What's important is this right here. This is a lamp. It's not just any lamp. It's a pink teddy bear lamp.
that took balls. You're hired.
You're hired.
I got them like grapefruits, honey.
So she falls back to sleep, and she hears a warning from her sister in her dream. Valerie is like, don't go all the way. And then it cuts out, and a dude who shows up, like this rockabilly Elvis, Andrew Dice Clay looking
God.
kind of guy.
Yes.
That's where you went. I went Danny Zuko.
Oh, Danny Zuko.
Oh no,
yeah.
I went right to Andrew Dice Clay. Yes.
Yeah, and he shows up. He's like, rock and roll never dies. And she wakes up. She's like, what a dream.
Were those his first lines in the movie?
What's that?
Were those that was his first lines?
Yeah,
Rock and
that's
roll
what-
That
never
was his
dies.
very
Yeah.
first
Classic.
line. You know,
You know,
that was his introduction.
I imagine the director being like, "Man, I wish I didn't let him write his own lines."
Yeah.
It totally makes sense in the movie.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I can relate to it because when I'm dreaming about somebody I love, I'm always dreaming about a rockabilly dude sitting there going like, "Go all the way, baby, rock and roll, ow, daddy."
I remember you told me that when I first met you.
Yeah.
You're like, "Hey, what do you dream about?" I'm like, "Well," and then you cut me right off like rockabillys, right?
Let me tell you.
I just
Like, all right,
dreamed
Tom,
about
I'm just
them.
gonna go over here and learn my lines.
Yeah, you go learn those lines, baby.
Slap me on the butt, and send me on my way.
So
Spank you right on the tushy. Oh, EJ, you trying to say something? Go right ahead, baby. Ow. Oh, road trip, baby. Here we go.
So Courtney gets picked up by the gals, and by the way, the drummer Sally is like probably the coolest character to me. Sally, the drummer. I think she's like my favorite out of
One
the,
of my favorites too is Amy. She was kind of like more of the level-headed one, and she had
Yeah.
the long blonde hair. And I think what really won me over is when they're driving away and they're waving goodbye. Amy's driving the car, and she's waving a rubber chicken at Courtney's mom as they're driving away. And Courtney's mom's like, "Goodbye, girls," and she's got the rubber chicken out. Goodbye. And I was immediately in love.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I imagine like little cartoon hearts bubbling up out of your
Yeah,
head.
just like I'm like she's the one for me. That's it.
So we see where the girls arrive at the condo.
Which I'd also like to point out, there's no way they packed all of that equipment in there. I know there's this big box on top of the thing, but
Yeah.
there's no way they fit all of that equipment in
And
the
the
car.
drums.
And
That was
the drums.
That
it's
was
just,
the dead bird because they had all the birds do all the heavy labor.
Yeah, that's why that bird was just dead. The weird thing about that dead bird is like, so there's just one puncture
perfect-
or something
Yeah.
like in the chest of the bird,
Like surgical.
and then like blood was coming out of the mouth that dripped onto the ground. And I'm
beak.
like, what happened to this bird?
I killed it. That's what happened. We needed the bird corpse for the movie.
Is that foreshadowing?
Well, dead birds are
Meaning,
considered
like-
a bad omen.
Oh, 'cause
but I
everyone
mean,
gets
'cause of the
drilled.
whole- yeah.
Yeah,
But fun fact: if you go on IMDb, you could look it up right now.
I will not.
That bird won an Oscar.
best dead bird.
Yeah.
goes to
You should see the footage of him winning. It's awesome because he doesn't look like he's expecting it.
yeah.
It was actually the basis of the Animaniac short Goodfeathers.
Oh,
And everybody thought it was the Martin Scorsese film. It was actually inspired by that dead bird.
yeah.
See, this is the stuff you learn on Freakquels, everyone at home.
Guys, we
Yeah,
have
you know?
the
You're-
deeds.
yeah,
we're
man,
here to
you're-
entertain and we're here to educate.
Yeah, you're not going to get this anywhere else.
Yeah.
And why would you?
Yeah.
Because it's wrong. Because
And if you turn us off right now, you're a sissy. Move on.
Yeah. So
please don't turn us off. We love you.
the girls arrive at the condo and they raid the dad's booze closet.
Yeah,
He doesn't have a wine cellar.
We're not going to talk about the road trip.
Oh, I mean, like,
We're not going to talk about when when Sally's in the back seat reading the book that she swiped from her dad, the New York Times best-selling
hot,
hit.
wet, and wild.
Hot, wet,
and
and wild. And then
Yeah.
Sheila, the lead singer, is like, "Oh my God, let me say."
Yeah. And this book definitely pops up
It
a
will.
lot
You
in
know,
this
it plays
movie.
a big part in the film.
Right. So they end up raiding the dad's booze closet and they snack on corn dogs and some wine.
Those were good. They had everything, man. They had soda pop. They had corn dogs. They
Slice.
had cookies. They had
Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi. They had Slice. They had Chips Ahoy. They had really good corn dogs.
They had
These corn
Rock and
dogs are
Roll
so.
High
They had
School.
Cheese Whiz.
What?
Rock and Roll High School. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie
And
that.
Sally's sitting there like dabbing Cheese Whiz on her fingers, like, you know something? We are gonna be so famous. We're gonna be in movies. We're gonna be on TV and rock videos. We're gonna be stars because this song is gonna go all the way. And Sheila's like, well, if you finish the song, and
Yeah.
Sally's like, I'm gonna totally finish it this weekend. And then Rock and Roll High School comes on.
Yeah, and they're like
They danced to a song that was not in the movie.
not in the movie
And
at all.
holy crap! Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because it is White Girl Friday.
Yes, their favorite song comes on. They have the movie on, and they turn up the TV.
Oh,
and
my
it's
God.
not even a song from the movie.
It's
but
a
then-
song straight from public domain.
Hell's Cafe was the name of the song, and I mean
Hell's
they
Cafe.
just start. We have to rewind back a little bit because there's a part in that whole crazy freaking dance scene that I feel had this scene here like brings a little more weight to it. When they were unpacking everything, Courtney and I believe Sally or Amy were going upstairs into the bedroom, and Courtney's like, "Hey, we can sleep up here, Sally, together."
Yeah.
And she pulls the covers over, and there's this big ass blow up doll.
Oh yeah,
They
that's
find
right.
the blow up doll, and then Sheila comes in. She's like, "That must
my
be my brother.
He's a
Your
creep."
brother's such a pervert. Well, runs in the family." And Sally's like, "Oh my God, did he hurt you?" And they're sitting there like tending to the blow up doll. And I mentioned this.
Well, there is a moment where she like sticks her hand in the blow up doll's mouth, and I'm like, you don't want to do that.
She does.
Yeah.
And I mean,
No.
yeah, Sheila is
Residues.
Sheila was just wilding out.
That'd be funny if they just one of these motions.
Just wipes
They're
it on
just
her
going
jacket.
with the motion. I just love going with the motion. And believe me, they were going with the motion during that scene. I mean, they were going crazy. And Sheila, because her brother's such a pervert, she's just grinding on this lamp, and I mean, she's going to town on it. Sitting there like,
yeah, she is like the
Stripper
lead
Polish.
singer, Sheila.
But yeah, girls they're dancing. They're doing synchronized dancing.
Yeah, they're doing like these synchronized dances, and that's when these two guys show up to the
Beavis
party.
and Butthead show up. Man.
Yeah, and I guess they're
TJ
Sheila's
and
friends.
Jeff. Yeah.
Yes. And so they're watching through the window as the girls dance to Hell's Cafe.
Yeah.
And they start to have a pillow fight, and then eventually the guys enter through the back. TJ and
Yeah, because
the other
TJ
guy.
and Jeff, because they were peeping on because they weren't supposed to be there until tomorrow because
Right.
Sheila mentioned that during the party because she was knocking the booze back out of the
Booze closet.
booze closet. People have a wine cellar. My dad has a booze closet.
Seems like
I
he's
do
got
love-
like a,
So
like
she,
a-
how-
like a-
she
yeah.
does
It's like a
mention that
booze-
while she's knocking back the booze, that the boys won't be here till Saturday, and that's when they're dancing, and then TJ and Jeff show up, and TJ is a gem.
Yeah.
He is my favorite character.
TJ's the best part of the
He is
movie.
the best part of the movie. He is like a mix between Butthead and Corporal Hudson from Aliens. It cracks me the freak up.
Yeah.
So he's the one that speaks that first moment they come out like, "Oh man, this is gonna be cool."
And his
And then
laugh
Jeff's
is
like,
like,
"Well, are you sure we're supposed to be here? We're not supposed to be here until tomorrow." Like, don't be so uptight, man. They're totally here, bro. And then
it's like the thickest Californian accent I've ever heard.
it's ridiculous. And
I
then
like- there's like a line in it where he's like,
the lights are on.
Yeah.
Well, does it mean they're home? Brilliant.
Yeah.
but it sure implies it though.
It sure implies.
I
The only house on the block with the
yes,
lights on. Yeah.
I'm very sorry. I felt that we can't skip over that beautiful piece of acting
yeah.
right there.
That-
Because that's their big debut.
That's cinema. That's what
That is-
Martin
yeah.
Scorsese is saying.
That's what he's after. right?
That's
Yeah,
what
that's-
it's.
I'm also curious as to like, I've had sleepovers around that age, like over a friend's house. How often are women taking their clothes off at slumber parties? Is that like a yeah? I didn't.
Hey, we have a we have
No, don't bring her
person
into
asked-
this.
no.
Good God, don't do that to her.
Jesus.
Don't do that to her. Good Lord.
I mean, I know we used to do that all the time. Like, I'm
I'm
gonna
just saying.
take my pants
And
off, you know.
Let me ruin it even further.
Yeah.
These are high school kids, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Seniors.
17, 18?
Yeah, 17,
Right.
18 years.
Okay,
You know.
so underage.
But
Okay,
like,
good.
it's
But we're
the
all
80s,
gawking
so it's
at
probably
this.
30-year-olds playing 18-year-olds.
Yes,
Exactly.
to be fair. I did see Grease.
I have to
Yes.
stop the episode, bring it to a halt, because if I don't ask this question, I'm not going to forget myself.
Sure.
Whenever we do these episodes and I see dancing, I got to ask EJ, what about that dancing?
Oh, so
Not
the
the dancing,
synchronized dancing at the party?
Organized, choreographed
I liked
dancing.
it. It was good. It was good. I give it a solid 7.9.
I got my, at this point, also in my notes about the dancing. I already made the joke. It was my dirty producer get him naked joke.
Yes.
So we can skip right past that on my list.
Yep.
No, you want to tell it
Oh,
again?
what does it say? I take issue.
I take issue with the whole film.
Oh,
Well, wait. This is a segment we like to call Rory Reading.
it is. It says, I take issue with the naked pillow fights. That kind of stuff only happens before Freakquels episodes.
Yeah, it does.
You want a soundbite, motherfucker?
Yeah,
There it is.
you can have
There
it.
it is.
And we have to stop that because you guys never help me clean up the feathers. It's
Nope.
too much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that
You look
anymore.
like a chicken with... No, I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Yeah. So the next day at the pool, Amy finds Courtney by the pool, and she starts to tell Amy about her nightmares and how she thinks her sister is actually in danger or possibly dead, and about the rockabilly possibly doing it because she keeps having these nightmares. And so that's when TJ and Sheila come to the pool, and TJ has like I said, the thickest Californian accent and stoner laugh I have ever heard.
You know, because don't forget, man, he was going to town on Sheila too the night before. And
Yeah.
you just hear him going back, and that was cracking me up because she's hooting and hollering, and he's sitting there going,
Yeah.
My favorite line in the entire movie is at some point his girlfriend goes, "You're fantastic," and he goes,
I know.
"I know,
I know.
I know."
Yeah.
You
For
do?
record, Courtney, the line when you overhear your friends having sex in the next room is, morality sucks.
Yeah, morale. Yeah.
What's that from, EJ? It's from Nightmare on Elm Street. Come on. You're on Freakquels, motherfucker.
Oh my
Smoke
God.
'em, bro. Smoke 'em.
So TJ
Yeah.
throws Courtney in the pool, and she sees the rockabilly again, right? And so we cut a little bit later, and TJ tries to read Hot, Wet, and Wild, and I emphasize tries to read.
Yeah, man.
I actually wrote down what he was reading in my notes because it was like ridiculous.
It was
And,
almost
like,
as if they like his diction coach was Keanu Reeves, like
Right?
like right before he did like Bill and Ted and Point Break. He was like, no, you're gonna teach this guy how to
They
talk.
did have a diction coach initially, but after that bear lamp, they didn't have the money to pay him. So they lost
to
him.
get rid
And
of
that's
him.
what we got.
Because we spent the rest of it on my cigarette budget.
Hey, but one thing, though, you guys haven't mentioned is that I feel like he has a really good connection to that blow-up doll.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So much, in fact,
Yeah.
that, we will be coming up to a scene where we will just see how connected he can be.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It is.
So he's trying to read, and Courtney is trying to eat, and she tries a handwich and screams and realizes it wasn't a severed hand, but just a burger with a lot of ketchup. And then
Finger
meat.
food.
Yeah.
yeah, finger food. And then she hears the cackle of the rockabilly
Yes.
from afar.
Yes.
And that killer could be Grease Lightning.
Grease lightning.
Sorry.
So,
And it's funny that you mentioned Grease Lightning because it's another jam session.
Ooh. So the band rehearses their song, Why Do You Want More? And I noticed that none of them are using guitar picks during the scene.
They plucking it like
Yeah, they're just
hardcore.
plucking away, man. Yeah.
The hardcore.
I think what really
Yeah.
tied that whole scene together is when they were cutting away to what some of the the seniors were doing. Rory had mentioned our friend TJ and his connection with the blow-up doll. He takes the relationship to a whole new level because they cut away to a scene where it's just TJ and the blow-up doll in the pool, and he's wrestling with the blow-up doll in the pool, doing his laugh and everything, and he's
Wrestling.
flipping around with it and tickling it and all
Right.
this stuff. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, the song's playing in the background.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Amy and Jeff are washing the car, and they're washing each other. They're having their moment, and then it cuts back to the band, and TJ and Jeff are marking out, for gemming the holograms over here.
Yeah.
Do you know why they kept showing him with the blow-up doll?
Why?
Because initially they were going to do a spin-off movie with the two of them.
Yeah.
It was like a road trip thing.
Kind of like BJ and the Bear. This is going to be like TJ and the Doll.
Hey, fun fact, second week in a row, BJ and the Bear has been referenced.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell was the last one?
It was in The Shining. And then I comment.
Remember that?
Okay.
If
I
you
know the
can't
scene.
put that one together, Vince,
I know the scene.
Now I get it.
you got
Yeah.
it. You're there.
I'm there.
Welcome.
So poolside, TJ is still trying to read, and inside, a turkey attacks Courtney and tells Amy and TJ's friend, what's his name again?
It's Jeff. Yeah, it's like
They don't mention Jeff.
Looney Tunes style jumps out of the fridge and Courtney
Yeah.
starts spewing everything. She's like, "Oh my God, the chicken attacked me!" And she brings Jeff and Amy in, and she's like, "Where's the chicken?" And
It's just
and
a normal
it's just a
chicken.
chicken on the floor, and then
doesn't
Amy's like,
chew-
"Is this the offending bird?"
Yeah.
I like how they blame it on a hangover.
Yeah, they're
All
like,
of this.
oh, it's obviously...
Everything the other
Yeah,
problems
everything's-
are blamed
This
on a
girl's
little
having-
bit of over drinking the night before.
This girl's having intense hallucinations, and you're
Yeah.
chalking it up to just
You
a little too much wine,
Shit, too much
to be-
Heineken.
too much Smirnoff.
To be
Yeah.
fair, I think this entire movie is just a giant hangover.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Just
A lot
as
of
miserable.
cocaine was in the budget.
Cocaine was the budget.
Yes. So Courtney is in the bath,
The
and
slumber party Bathacre.
with the bathacre, yeah. So we have it. It fills with blood, and they recreate The Shining, except their budget only allowed them to have like a splash of blood come out of the bathroom door.
Was that a Shining reference, or would you say that's more like Nightmare on Elm Street?
Oh, it could
I was
be
getting
Nightmare.
both.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking because like her feet are right by the bottom of the door, and you see like all the blood rush
Yeah.
out.
The gush.
And I was like, oh, is that like their Shining version? Like, I don't know. You know what I
Maybe.
mean? Yeah.
Maybe it's both.
Yeah.
So Rockabilly's taunting too, like, "Yeah, ow,
Yeah.
babe,
So
your bathtub is bleeding."
so that's when Matt. Well, no. First, she grabs Sally to go check the bathroom. Yeah. And so Sally is like just trying to work on her song down on the couch. And she's like, yeah, I'll check out the bathroom. So they go up and everything's okay. Just the tub is overflowing. And Sally talks to her about her zit. Like, she's like, oh, how can I make this relate to that I'm also like kind of struggling? And I feel
Yeah, I'm
you.
totally stressing out too. Look at all these zits
Yeah.
that really don't exist, but they kind of do. Brought to you by Oxy-10.
And
You
then,
know what? For the record, though, they did a good job setting that up earlier in the movie too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean.
Setup
Like,
and
there's
payoffs
stuff.
are solid.
There's actually
And,
a few setups in this film.
And throughout, like, up until this point, right? Like, I feel like the movie is spending a lot of time trying to flesh out their characters
Yeah.
a little bit, you know, and, like, getting to know them.
I'm not saying it's
Jeff.
like a.
Except
like,
Jeff. Jeff has, like, no...
It's making an attempt to try to play with your head too.
Yeah.
I kind of, I don't think it did a very good job for the most part, but I give it an E for effort because
Right.
there was little things like when the Looney Tunes chicken attacked Courtney, you did notice that she was taking some pills.
Right. Yeah.
Are you talking about the chicken was taking pills?
Yeah. The chicken.
Yes.
So when Sally's talking about her zits, that's when Courtney starts to imagine, and she has like this giant pussing sore on the side of her face, and it pops.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. That whole scene, I pumped my fist.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was so
looked
good,
awesome.
right?
That was-
it looked
yeah.
awesome.
It was gross. A little bit got in her mouth.
Yeah, but
And
it
if
was
anything
like-
gets in your
yeah.
mouth,
It
like,
was so
God,
like
no.
wow.
Yeah.
Like that's like if I was ever gonna show somebody this movie, which I won't, but if I ever did, I would just want to get to that scene. Like I just want to watch your face when this. I just hit the microphone, so I'm gonna have to edit that.
Nah,
bitch
it's all
out.
good.
But no, just like that moment is a real cool like special effect
Yeah,
moment.
and
It
a
was.
practical.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
good makeup.
And that's Courtney is in hysterics, and that's when Matt arrives, and Matt goes up to check the bathroom out with TJ and Jeff, and everything is fine.
I love how Matt is so eager to believe everything that's happened to her just to get in her pants. Everything that's happening, like he's like, I just got to get past this craziness. Just get to tonight. Everything's going to be fine.
Guys, who hasn't been attacked by a
Because
chicken?
I'm only thinking of you.
Yeah.
One of the characters has a line that says, "This is getting too stupid." I think
That's our buddy TJ.
Yeah, I
and I'm
think
glad
your
you
buddy
brought him
says
up.
that. It
Yeah.
says, "This is getting too stupid,"
Because-
and I put, "How meta of this movie."
That's fantastic. No, I like that.
Because, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because after the boys have a tiff up in the bathroom, he's like, "You guys are getting uptight again. What smoke you, Jeff? She's hallucinating. Courtney's the only crazy one here." And they argue, and Matt's like, "Shut up, you guys." And they all go back down to the kitchen. They're all trying to calm Courtney down. And I remember like laughing like an idiot at this scene, because TJ walks in shirtless and he's rubbing his chest and his belly, and he's got the goofiest look on his face.
He's it is the goofiest like look on his face ever.
Like,
And-
what is your problem?
but the way he's like rubbing it, he has it like puffed out.
He does.
He's like trying to rub himself.
Got
He's
the
like,
belly. He's like, he's just like looking at everybody, and then he grabs the wine, and he delivers that great line. "Oh, this is all getting real stupid," and chugs it down, and like a total Vito Margera moment.
oh yeah, and then that's when they're trying to like calm her down, and they're like, well, Sally's missing, so they call the cops, and the police arrive. And they question the teens, and that's when Sally returns. And I have to say, I love the cops in the scene and a lot of their dialogue.
So
Yes.
you thought that your friend might have got killed, and you think your friend is in the garbage compactor, but you're afraid to go check.
Yeah.
"Oh, hey, Sally, you're supposed to be dead," because Sally comes walking
Yeah,
back
so
in.
Sally returns, and the one cop goes, "You just wasted $200 of the taxpayers' money."
That seems expensive for the time.
I was like,
How'd you come up with that
$200
number?
for them
Yeah.
to do like a wellness check?
What do you think your job is, sir?
What's going on?
You should be patrolling the area anyway. You should.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'll tell you what they're doing. I'll tell you exactly what they're doing. They're going to their specially reserved table at the local
At the Denny's.
Oh,
At the Denny's, yeah.
The line. So they leave, and the same cop
Better
that
be
says,
Officer Kruger says you better not be jerking my chain in my town, because if you do, I'll rip your guts out. And then Officer Voorhees, wink, wink, nudge,
Yeah.
nudge, "Come on, Kruger. They're holding our
Jenny's
table
holding a
at the
table."
Denny's."
Yeah.
And then in the smoothest delivery in the entire film, "I'm on my way. You all have a good night."
I'd also like to point out that her father doesn't have a wine cellar, but he does have a liquor closet.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
yet the only thing they're drinking is champagne, which is technically considered a sparkling wine. What are you doing?
What is
Where's
that?
the liquor? Where's the bourbon? Where's the
liquor's
goddamn
actually-
bourbon?
Bourbon.
The liquor is actually in a hollowed out Bible.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the tank of the toilet.
Okay.
It's on all the places you just wouldn't think to look.
Okay.
That's what alcoholics do.
Yeah.
The
I gotta go to the bathroom
Rockabilly
real
actually
quick, guys.
took all the liquor. It's actually
Yeah.
he took it with him into the shadow realm.
So all the kids head out for dinner, except Matt and Courtney.
Yeah, they probably went to the Denny's where the cops are hanging out at.
Probably.
Probably took their table too. Like, "Oh, Officer Kruger, whoa, did you want to sit here, bro?
Too bad.
Smoke 'em, bro."
So Matt stays behind with Courtney, and he surprises her with a birthday cake. And
And he's very adamant about, no, you guys go.
Yeah.
Leave me and
Yeah.
Courtney here
Yes.
by ourselves to be alone, and you guys, everybody leave.
Yes.
Everybody please make sure
Bad
you all
girl.
leave. Bad girl. Only thinking about her. Yeah.
So they stay behind, and Matt kind of knows about Courtney and Valerie killing the first murderer.
Which is, yeah,
And
that's his turn on.
He kind
That's
of
his
says
thing.
it in a little,
Yeah.
you know.
That's
Yeah.
okay,
throwaway
honey.
kind of
That's
thing.
pretty heavy.
He's like, "Hey, I know about you and your sister killing that guy.
That's hot.
You want to make out?
You want- that's
and
really-
they immediately start making out. Like, what a great foreplay, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So the others get back and they start jamming out downstairs. Meanwhile,
I wouldn't call that jamming out. That's just making noise.
yeah, they were just making
while
noise
they're
at this point.
Yeah,
Banging each
if
other
anyone's ever
upstairs.
been in a band, if people do that, God, you just want to unplug everything and kick everybody out.
Yeah.
It's the worst when people do that. Yeah.
turns me on. Dude. I'd be rocking it up in the bedroom.
Can't hear anything.
Yeah, TJ's just playing the same
Same
note
chord
on the
over and
bass.
over.
Yeah, the same chord. He's
Chicks
like,
just
"Bang,
bashing
bang,
the
bang,
cymbals
bang."
and the
Yep.
drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making noise.
Yeah, because they're worried about their friend who might be going crazy.
Right. So meanwhile, Matt and Courtney are getting hot and heavy upstairs, and Matt gets drilled hard. Like she first imagines, like, oh, the rockabilly's here, and then we see like him get a drill right through the chest.
She should have listened to that song at the beginning, the "Don't Go All the Way."
Yeah, and
Is that what that was?
I think that's
Yeah.
what that was. Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it a payoff?
Nah, I wouldn't call
know.
what that was
I'm
a
not
payoff.
saying it's successful
Yeah, no,
payoff,
but yes.
a payoff of sorts.
It was a setup, and yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Matt gets drilled hard, and that's sex. Literally drilled by the rockabilly killer, and he shows up
Yep, just like that.
and
I
kills
like that
Matt.
Howard Stern show now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
terrible.
like sound effects.
He has like, oh yeah, buddy.
Hit the button.
For all of you
Little
out
call
there,
button.
Vince literally just put a drill to his
macho
man
yeah.
killer.
Yeah, yes. So
I'm gonna be going straight into your subconscious. Yeah, never mind a drill. Just gonna be doing an elbow drop off the top rope. Right into your brain, yeah! Coming right at you, yeah. You wanna sit there and you wanna play hanky-panky with your boyfriend while you're on the rage, yeah. Can't be doing that. Gotta use protection, yeah. Listen to your mother, yeah.
Just picture myself having to bring all these levels
Oh,
down.
the levels that was good.
So we see where the rockabilly is actually there in the room, and he literally kills Matt.
It's willed
And
into being.
at first she's like, "This isn't real," and but yeah, shit got real, and the rockabilly throws Matt, like he throws Matt's arm across the room.
Tries to.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's like, "Rock and roll."
There's a weird a contrast between this film and the first one.
Oh yeah,
The first one, there is literally no setup or anything for the killer. He just randomly shows up.
As a rockabilly,
No, not a rockabilly. That's the weird thing.
He's an escaped serial
Yeah, he's
killer.
like an escape killer. But there's no like in a lot of these movies, like there's like a slow build to a reveal. You know,
he just shows
this
up.
movie doesn't even have a reveal or anything.
They
He
just kinda hit
pops into existence. Yep.
they
Yeah.
just kind of hit you
No
in the face with it.
explanation.
Good. I like
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
And
No explanation. We'll get to that.
So you're saying, had I watched the first movie, it wouldn't necessarily have helped me understand anything that
Absolutely.
happened in the first
Far
one?
more
in the second one?
confused.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. You made it. We are finally here. It's
Yes.
finally time for the Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Yes.
Here
I
we
did.
go.
I did enjoy the fact that we're 3/4 of the way through the movie and there's not a ton of violence thus far.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
52 minutes in, and
Yeah.
like until
You're finally
this-
getting some
I
of
mean,
the
violence
scariness.
against the English language. but,
Yeah, and at this point, like even as an audience, you're like, is Matt dead? We're
Yeah.
not sure. And we see Courtney runs like
You
down
think
the
that it's going to be
stairs.
another hallucination for her?
Right? Because even like the blood that was on her doesn't seem as much when she gets to
Yeah.
the bottom of the stairs, and that's when the killer actually pops out from like
And everybody
the
sees her.
stairs, and
Yeah.
they're like, "What the hell?"
Who are you?
Oh, he's
And,
weird.
yeah, TJ and his buddy are trying to fight him off.
Back off, bro.
And everyone just leaves poor Sally by herself.
Yeah.
Like they all run out, and she's like behind the drum set, and they just leave her.
Yeah.
Like, they don't.
To be
they're
fair,
not
she
like,
should have left
Come
too.
on, Sally.
She should have
Yeah.
known she was in danger and gotten the hell out of there.
Yeah, but they're just like, peace. They just left
You're
her.
on your own.
What the hell am I doing in this movie?
And of course, she gets killed. And
got drilled, bro.
and we see where TJ, he injured his leg, and he runs off with Sheila. Meanwhile, Jeff, Amy, and Courtney are together, and they're trying to go get the keys inside, and they see that
To get the
Sally's
car, yeah.
dead. And the three go for the car. So they take off, and all of a sudden, the rockabilly shows up in the back seat, killing Jeff.
Yeah, and why do you get everybody's in the front seat? Why?
Yeah.
Because you need to save the back seat for the killer guy. Just everybody up front. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
No
go
one
3
checks
across
the back
the front.
seat at
No,
all.
don't check the back seat. Everybody just front seat. Let's get the hell out of here.
Let's get out of here.
My favorite part of that scene that I enjoyed is that when, the driller killer is his official title, when he pops up in the back seat and dedicates this to the one I love.
Yeah.
He drills Jeff. There's this scene where Courtney goes from it cuts. First, Courtney is screaming, and then it cuts to Courtney immediately turning her head in the most deadpan, serious expression and mouthing, "Bitch."
Yeah.
And then the killer just goes, and then they leave, and the killer he just sits in the car.
Yeah, he just sits in the car as
He's
the other
Jeff.
two run
they just
off.
get away.
So,
He's sitting there.
meanwhile, TJ and Sheila
I'll get you later.
get to another condo and the lights are on and they're banging at the door, but the music's super loud.
And which I'm assuming is the same condo because of budget cuts.
absolutely.
But
right.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Rented it. We're gonna use it.
Put a carpet on the floor.
put a carpet on the floor.
Yep.
You got
But
that
the rockabilly gets
picture of
there.
the dogs playing poker?
Yeah.
Pick up all these chips, ahoy!
But the the driller killer, the rockabilly, he meets them there and he takes out TJ, and I love how he gives him a little smooch too. He's like,
TJ gives us one last before he
slides down.
To a better life.
Yeah.
It was weird when the blow-up doll ran in and sobbed over his dead body.
Well, my heart
was
broke.
weird.
I was sad for the blow up.
Weird.
Doll.
Yeah, I couldn't help but think of the blow up doll in If He Ever Finished Wet, Hot, and Wild.
Well,
was,
that's the nice thing about cinema.
He was in the pool with the blow up doll. I mean, I don't think you can get any more wet, hot, and wild than that.
Yeah. So back to Amy and Courtney.
Yes.
They're trying to call the police, but the cops don't believe it. They're like,
'cause Officer
"Oh yeah, you
Kruger
pulled our
picked up
chain
the phone."
once."
That one time.
Like that.
Remember that one time?
Don't you call back again.
Yeah.
And then they hang up.
And we find out, TJ's friend's name is Matt, and I thought it was Jeff the whole time.
Yeah, it was. It was TJ and Jeff.
Yeah, and then they're like,
And then Matt
It's
was
Matt.
the boyfriend. Now it's Matt.
"Yeah, now it's Matt." I don't know.
Don't worry about it. His name is Matt, okay? So just deal with it.
Yeah. So,
deal with it.
meanwhile, Sheila is injured and trying to run away, and she gets back to the condo, and the killer is right behind her. And it's interesting because he brought his own lighting and music and goes into a whole dance routine to the song "Let's Buzz." And Rory, this dancing was a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
thank you. That's good. Dude, I had that in my notes. I'm like, ask EJ about that scene.
Yeah. But Sheila wasn't feeling it, though, as he's dancing around to Let's Buzz. He literally dances for at least 3 minutes. Well, the whole song, really. He's dancing to
You're being
Let's
generous.
Buzz.
But
And-
Sheila
yeah.
feels it at the end, though.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Wink, wink.
Hey, for the record, kind of dug the whole dance sequence.
No,
I
it
know
was
it's
good.
completely out of place.
Yeah.
It was kind of awesome.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
It was really cool.
It was comedic.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
but
was
still
something.
enjoyable. Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying this to be
Right. Facetious
Yeah.
or anything.
No,
yeah.
it's
just- it's-
legitimately enjoyable.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
does, the guy is incredibly talented.
Yeah.
His dance moves are
Oh,
great.
he did a full split and got
Yeah,
right up.
dude.
And I was like,
we're
Okay.
talking in the living room, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a great dance scene.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I love that he does hit the light switch and it's all the red light. He has his own lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stereo
That's why
comes
he
on
wasn't
and
in
everything.
That's why he wasn't in the movie for so long because he was too busy setting up the
Setting up
lights.
the lights.
Yeah, he had to do a sound check and everything.
Because it's weird because he's playing for us,
Yeah.
Right.
not for the characters in the movie.
No.
Yeah, no,
It's
It's
like he sees
for
us
us.
and
Yeah.
he's performing for
It's
us.
It's like a fourth wall thing, right?
Yeah.
very much a fourth wall thing.
He becomes Deadpool at some point.
So 50 minutes in, he finally is there. But for the whole movie, he's basically setting up shop. So after hearing Sheila scream, and I love that they know Sheila's outside, and they literally move a dresser so they don't even
They're not even going to let her in. No.
And so they hear Sheila
They go to move it
scream.
out of the way, and then at a certain point, they realize that no, the killer's like, Sheila, you're on your own.
Yeah,
and then they move everything back. Like, fuck that girl.
Yeah, it's kind
Tough
of like
shit, man.
makes them unlikable at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
Like, you
their
could have
friends
saved her. You could have let her
begging
in.
for her life, and they're just like, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't know
so
what to tell you.
we see Sheila get, I actually love that shot of Sheila and, like, the drill coming in at her face.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is really cool.
Hey, baby.
So we see that.
I'm home.
Yeah. Hey, baby, I'm home. Ow.
Sandy.
Yes, Sandy.
Was that a reference to The Shining also?
Yes.
Like, here's Jack?
Yeah. Oh,
Baby, I'm
100%.
home.
Well, maybe.
Or is that a Ricky Ricardo?
This
We'll
movie
see 'em.
seems like they took a bunch of horror movies and dropped it into a blender.
But I feel like that's a lot
It's
of
like
horror movies.
Hellraiser 2 Hellbound in certain points with the mental asylum stuff,
Yeah.
right? And then it's like A Nightmare on Elm Street with like the swapping of Rockabilly and Matt kissing her and stuff.
All the characters' names.
Yeah, all the names, and it's just like
I feel like that happens a lot, though. I'm going to assume that happens a lot. Just like paying homage to all these other things and putting little tidbits here and there of like
Yeah.
stuff from
It's
other
something
movies.
that, like, when you're 14, you think is real cool.
Yeah,
And, then when you
you-
get up and you're like, oh, it's a little distracting.
Yeah, that didn't help the plot at all.
No, you're just like,
Doesn't help.
wait, Kruger?
Wait a minute.
I know what
Officer
you're goddamn doing.
Voorhees?
I know what
Yeah.
you're
Literally, it's like they took a bunch of horror movies, popular ones, and dropped it into a blender and
Yeah.
said, we got a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add a little protein, some chai tea.
Sometimes.
Throw that shit in a Stanley
Blow
cup.
up doll
Good
in
to
there.
go.
Stanley Cups.
Some corn dogs, some
I mean,
champagne, a
what
little
better
bit of
audience,
Chips
like
Ahoy.
product placement wise?
Oh.
If there were Stanley Cups in this,
Oh.
in 2023 or 2024, whatever year we're in,
Yeah.
it would be Stanley Cups.
George
and
Lucas
if they were
is
to make it.
currently working on doing like a re-edit of it.
Of it with
Putting Stanley Cups.
they're gonna CG it.
They're going to take all the instruments out of their hands. Like, she's like playing the drums. She's got Stanley
He's gonna
It's
spend
just
so
Stanley
much
Cups.
money just to do that.
And they literally have Diet Pepsis like throughout the whole movie.
I love it. I love
and-
it.
Yeah, so they just replaced that.
The
Some
80s
people,
were wild,
man.
You know,
Yeah.
we don't need your permission. We're just gonna, yeah, we'll give you a thank you in the end credits, but no, we're putting it right in front.
Some people just care about the money.
Yeah,
That's just sad.
That's just sad.
That's just sad. So
I do it for the art.
we see where Amy and Courtney are running across the rooftop, and I actually enjoyed the Texas switch. Did you notice that?
Yes.
when they're like jumping
because
down.
you say it, I always look for it now. I'm like, oh, AJ's gonna love that.
So we see where they're jumping down from the rooftop, and then they pop up over the wall.
yeah.
and that's where they're
Yeah.
really at, like
Yeah.
by the wall. I love that Texas switch though; it was funny. Because Amy, who's
Last time referenced an American Werewolf in Paris episode.
TES. No one does it like
Right.
TES.
Yeah, that
TES
that's
was
a,
the best one. Yeah,
This movie can't hold a candle to the
No.
magic of TES.
and I thought it was really funny because Amy throughout the whole movie is blonde, but the lady who's coming down from the rooftop is like brunette.
Yes.
Like it's not even
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
throw a wig on her. No,
Yeah. No.
She looks same build, even though she was like definitely you could tell she had like muscle tone and everything. It was probably like a dude too.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And I also think like
Yeah.
at the end of the shoot, they're like, oh shit, we forgot the wig. Yeah, just use
right?
it.
Just,
Yeah, just use it.
Hey, Jane, you get in there.
Give it a whirl. Give it a fall.
So the two run in to this construction site, and poor Amy gets slashed up a bit, and then she slips, and she's trying to hold on, but her friend just ditches her.
Yeah.
And then the
Which
driller
compared
killer
to the
comes.
last time,
Right,
That
of
tracks for
course,
these people.
That tracks.
Yeah.
For Courtney, she's already let down Sheila, so
Yeah.
why not Amy?
Why not kill her too?
Yeah, and we see where the driller killer like kind of lets her slip and she falls to her death. So Courtney then tortures the killer and he falls to his death. Now, this whole thing plays out to like not suspenseful music at all. It's just like an
happens.
upbeat like rockabilly song, and then it stops for a brief moment, right? And it's just like, oh, here's the tension part, right? And then it's like, hey, baby, what's up? And then she's like, and she runs, and then finally she torches him, and he
then it
falls
just-
to his death.
And then it just ends.
In most
Yeah.
movies, there's a lead up.
Yeah.
Build.
Yeah.
To a moment like that. It just happens.
it just
It
happens.
just happens. It's the weirdest climax. Like this movie,
Like the director is
could
looking
be
at his
amazing
clock.
if it had a better ending, right?
I don't
the
know about
ending
that.
it had was pretty, like, yeah. Like,
'Cause-
okay, whatever, because then morning comes and everyone is dead.
Yeah.
And, the paramedics are wheeling out Amy's corpse, and
Yeah.
Courtney peels back the sheet to look at...
To verify,
remains of her
'cause you need to
friend,
do
and
that.
then all of a sudden you hear the... Ow! Psych! It was a dream. It's morning. Courtney is in bed with Matt.
Yes.
And she's smiling, and she leans over and gives him a kissy kiss and a hug. Psych! It's the driller killer. I love you, baby. And it's morning again. Courtney is in the mental institution.
Yeah.
And she's screaming, and the final shot of the film, I'm pretty sure it was in a dollhouse, because they had it zoomed all the way out.
Oh, it definitely
Yeah.
was a doll.
Yeah.
It's like, it's noticeably
Yeah.
not like a real
It
room.
was not a real room.
Hey, real quick question about all this nonsense. The ending, are they implying that all this was in her head?
That's
Or,
what,
All of it? I don't know.
because here's the thing. If it's all in her head, the whole film is excusable.
Yeah.
Because it's all kind of like, it kind of feels like insanity a little bit.
Yeah.
Like everything kind of just happens randomly.
No one believes her, and then all of a sudden everyone believes her because he's there.
It's just
like a
wacky
fever dream.
nonsense. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, was that supposed to be the implication?
I don't think any of us could figure out what the hell
I'll
the
be
producers,
honest,
directors were thinking in this.
I think I was lost. I had no idea what that ending was.
Yeah.
I was lost.
The ending was...
I think, and internet, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I thought I read somewhere that the director had mentioned that there's, in her opinion, that there was two different reads to this film. There was what you mentioned, is that all of this is inside Courtney's head and she's hallucinating the whole thing, and then the other one is that this actually did happen and Courtney just ended up in an insane asylum.
She's reliving it, and
You
she was there anyway? Maybe.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know.
it's
wait,
kind of weird too, because then how would the driller killer come into being? If it all really happened. So I think it's more towards the latter, that she was really just kind of, I mean, my thought, as crazy as it was, is that I think the whole movie itself is just a dream that Courtney was having after she had sex with Matt. And it's her just trying to process the trauma from the previous movie in her own way. And I guess part of that involves, imagining the person that haunted you 6 years ago is, Andrew Dice Clay with a drill guitar and cutting, hot tracks and your
Tasty
dancing,
licks. Yeah.
So that's kind of like, that was like that was me like actually trying to take the film somewhat seriously, because I'm psychotic. I mean, I watched this 3 times, and I'm wearing a sloth snuggie, so maybe people shouldn't even be listening to what I have to say. But that was my takeaway from it, that this whole thing is just, the whole movie itself is just Courtney's dream.
I like that the director said, there's 2 takeaways. It happened or it didn't.
Yeah.
Which is like every movie. It happened or it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only 2
Well,
possible
yeah, it
scenarios.
The
It
only
definitely-
takeaway I got from the director
definitely
was,
happened.
fuck you. I don't care what you think.
You're getting this regardless.
Yeah.
watched him-
my check and the
Yeah.
residuals.
But for the most part, right? Let's get to. I loved it. It was weird and strange, and it's like in this weird pocket of, like, I would definitely watch it again. I don't know. I mean, I did watch it again, and I thought the characters were kind of fleshed out really well.
Yeah.
Except the ending is like where it just kind of
Just
falls
ends.
apart.
It just ends.
Yeah.
It was
I don't know if
trying
they
to be-
ran out of money or something.
I think it was
no
just-
idea.
They ran out of talent.
I have no idea.
It's my opinion. It was an attempt
Yeah.
to try to be clever, and it kind of fell flat on its face. But I gave it an E for effort.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was good cinema. I didn't think it was great storytelling. But movies like that in that time period, you didn't watch them for high art.
Right.
Slasher flicks, things like that in the mid to late 80s. You were just looking to have a good time. And I think the film really kind of nailed that aspect of it.
Yeah, I had fun.
It was like the characters were fun. TJ was a riot.
Yeah.
That dude drove.
He was great.
I have to
love
say
TJ.
too that
TJ was the best part of
the
the movie.
driller,
Yeah.
the driller killer, which I figured that was his name because in the end credits there's a bar about copyright, and that if you steal this movie you might get a visit from the driller killer, and that had me thinking that the driller killer, this rockabilly murderer, is completely wasted in this film.
Yeah.
This character does not belong in a slasher movie. This is like a Bruce Campbell type of like sci-fi action character, or like some video game protagonist that needs to be. He reminded me of a video game called Johnny Bazooka Tone that came out for the PlayStation. Because I could see him doing the exact same thing, like his prized guitar is kidnapped in like a galaxy far away, and he has to take his other guitar and try to get it back. And I can see this dude dancing his way, cutting like these sick fire tracks, singing and dancing his way to rescue a damsel in distress or get his guitar. I could see him like Bubba Hotep or something. He's fighting an ancient Egyptian curse or something like that. I think that's a better use for this character. Not like I'm gonna terrorize a bunch of kids at a sleepover, but I'm not, because I'm the figment of a young woman's imagination.
Yeah.
But
I disagree.
and that's okay. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just,
No, you know what I'll say
I'm
about...
giving my 2 cents.
What I'll say... I'm just kidding. What I would say about both of these movies, what I actually did like about them is I like that they're not pretending to be anything other than what they are.
Yeah,
right.
It's just straight up trash. They embrace it. I don't mean that in like a cynical way.
Yeah.
It's just...
It's campy but enjoyable.
Yes.
It's just kind of like sometimes they try to make like slasher movies and they try to make it seem like it's something more than it is, but this is as blunt as a hammer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Like I'm not gonna say that it's something that I'm dying to watch again.
But you're happy you watched it.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I was entertained by it, and it's definitely fun to watch movies like that sometimes because there's so many little things that you can goof on.
Oh yeah.
Like as soon as it started, and I was just like thinking back to when you're like, oh, we're doing Slumber Party Massacre 2. I was like, EJ, you fantastic bastard. I was so excited. I'm like, you picked what a home run, because the week before we did The Shining, and there wasn't a lot you can really say, and you know what I mean? You can't really goof on a movie like that too much. This one, I'm like, oh God, where do you start?
Yeah, I know. It's like it just is.
And how do you end?
Supplying.
But
The
again,
movie you unwind with after you watch a film like The Shining, and just get the snot slapped out of you.
It's I'll just say, like, as much as it has the goofy campy stuff, I really had fun with it, and I think that's literally the only intention those filmmakers probably had.
Yeah.
How about you, asshole?
It was enjoyable for
Don't
me.
respond when I say that.
Well, you're staring
Broke
at
you
me.
down.
Let's just cut Vince a break, man.
It was enjoyable. Like as far as what we've done, I was okay with this. Like I like that it wasn't super gory at the beginning. I like how there's a story that, and like we were saying, the characters are well fleshed out.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. I love that there's a rockabilly villain.
It's
Who
has a great dance sequence.
Who has a great dance sequence. And
set of pipes on him.
and like you could do this sometimes, but like this is the best movie I've ever seen with a rockabilly villain with a dance scene in it. I haven't
That should be like a quote on the poster.
I haven't seen one better than this.
That should be on the poster.
It should be a T-shirt. Oh my God.
Best movie I've ever
That's
seen.
the rockabilly villain movie.
Gratuitous nudity. I mean, it had everything you wanted for an
Not
80s
as much
horror
as the
flick.
first.
I was gonna say the first one is just like
Gratuitous.
is absurd with that.
Really?
I think it literally starts that way.
I guess I will watch the first one.
It's just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just the slow pans and
So-
everything. Like, all right, dude, let's
Yeah.
settle down.
Again, I just picture like a guy
cig-
smoking a cigar, This is what the kids want to see.
One more take and then we'll have soup.
Yeah.
We didn't even start filming, kid.
Yeah,
So,
Dad likes that one. Yeah.
what would you guys give these emojis? Now, one of the things we like to do is we'll be like, how do you rate this movie with emojis? So,
I don't know why, but we do it.
I don't know why.
I don't know
this
why we're
started.
doing it, but we're doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So I give it drums, a red guitar
Okay.
for obvious driller killer vibes, and a hand for Matt's severed hand.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. My only emoji is a birthday cake with lit candles.
Aww.
So he comes in with a birthday cake to sing happy birthday to her.
Yeah.
And that cake is lit up for an exorbitant amount of time.
Right.
And I'm just getting nervous. I'm like, is she going to blow out these candles? And then they start getting into it,
Yeah.
and they haven't blown out the candles.
Yeah.
They, like 5 minutes pass, they're getting hot and heavy, and then they pan over, and the goddamn cake is still
going.
on fire. I'm just fire safety. That's my only thing. You know, you guys know me. Safety
know.
first. Then
How
teamwork.
awesome would it have been if you got her a present and she opens it up and it's a bear lamp? She's just like, oh, I already have one
I
of
have
these.
that one. I already have
Oh
it.
no.
And then that same
Yeah.
guy in charge of the props is in the back. Like,
Yeah.
I
He's
got
like-
it in there again.
Nodding his head. Yeah, like I did it.
I did
You
it.
guys said it was a waste of money. You're mad.
Just
But look-
recycle it.
here's my emojis. I got a guitar. Like,
Yeah.
I got some drums.
Okay.
This
You got
episode
those,
brought
did
to you
ya?
by
I got
Yamaha.
drums.
Hey, did you? Oh fuck. I got a bird.
Just,
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
just proof that he's not listening to us.
I'm not.
Further proof that he's in his own head,
I just
doing his
hear
own
this- I
thing,
hear
doing his
that
own
song-
show.
I hear that song, "The Sound of Silence," playing in my head. I'm not listening to you. So I got a guitar, I got drums, I got a bird, I got a blood drop, I got a music note. Did you get a music note?
I did
think
not.
You did. And I got a sloth. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Slothy.
I did. I found
Yes.
one on there. It's a Tom Tomeo sloth.
What's going on?
And how about you, Tommy? What do you got?
Well, all right. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I hope I really hit the mark with this. I'm also gonna throw my hat into the guitar camp because
Yes.
the drill guitar is magnificent, a great piece of hardware.
Yeah.
I would also have a bird. There was a lot of birds in this film.
Yeah.
Some were dead, some were plastic. Might have been one or two that were alive. And I'm gonna round that off with a hot dog and a bottle of champagne.
Ooh,
There you go.
that's good.
Champagne.
They
Yeah.
go great with corn dogs.
Corn dogs and wine. That's how they
That was
partied
my
in that
main
movie.
takeaway from this film was the corn dogs and wine because Sally was just
into
into
it.
that,
Yeah.
and Sheila was into the champagne.
Yeah.
Champagne.
Champagne.
Champagne. Yep, that's. I mean, they were wilding out.
And now, Tommy, right now we like to do plugs. Is there anything coming up that you would like to plug or any projects you're working on? Anything cool?
Well, I think I kind of did that in the beginning.
Do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
So again, there is the one acts that are coming up at the Diva Theater at the Old Brick in Scranton, PA, across from Samario's Pizza on February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Hopefully I got the dates right, so if you can, please come and see them. That's the only thing I really have to plug. I guess the only other thing to say is I hope everybody can just be nice to each other, you know? Because
Nope,
it's
not going to happen.
not going to happen.
Not on this show.
But, you know, not on this show, but I'm going to say it anyway because I know the world can be, world's a really crazy place right now. And so I hope everybody can just kind of treat each other a little bit better, if only for a little while. And hopefully you can do it by watching Slumber Party Massacre Part 2.
Yes. Yes.
The second part.
The
Part two.
second part.
Part D.
And Vince, how about you, buddy?
I don't got anything, man. I got Ravenview Productions. I have 3 fingers with a L.
Okay.
Three jacks. What about them?
How about that?
I don't know. You have anything cool you would like
We
to say about
have
them?
so this month we have the burger of the month. It's the Port Authority. It's
Port
a 6
Authority, you
ounce
say?
beef,
Nice.
6 ounce beef patty.
And how would you wash that down?
I wash down with any of the beers that we have.
What-
Preferably a
just
Shiner Bock.
Throw us a few of the
A
ones
Shiner
that are
Bock on Friday.
draft, man.
Maybe a $3 Jack and Coke, $6 double.
You guys
$3 Jack
Yeah.
and Coke. you
But
said?
I'm excited for next month. Next month is my favorite month. This is the month that
That was
we
a
bring home the
subliminal
bacon.
thing that just
I got
happened
it.
right there.
Yeah, it's the next month's burger is called a lunchbox.
Okay.
It's an 8 ounce beef patty stuffed with peanut butter, topped with pepper jack cheese and homemade bacon jam.
Hell.
You have
That's
corn,
awesome.
So,
Wrap
fun
your-
fact.
do you have corn
Wrap
dogs?
This
your head
place
around that. No corn dogs, not yet.
explodes for that burger.
My God.
Really?
Yes.
It sounds
It's
like
insanity.
something that shouldn't work, and yet it's proof there's a God.
And God's name is Chef Reckless.
Why does God need a burger?
Because I want to watch people explode.
Is that from Star Trek?
Yes, it is. Yes. Yes.
I love that movie.
I love it
God,
too.
you're such nerds.
Stop it.
You were so
Rory,
happy
how
about
you?
that.
What would you like to plug?
Well, I mean, he threw out the Raven View Productions. That's my baby. We got
Skin Vampires. Check it
We
out.
got Skin Vampires coming next year.
Never.
Fourth Cut Reviews. That's on the YouTubes. We got Movie Mania. This is a Facebook page run by our buddy Joe Petito, who is just a true cinephile. We love him.
Yeah.
What's his name? Petito?
Petito.
Shit. Okay, I thought it was Paterno, which sent me down a completely different path. Okay, that's not this. You know what? That's not the same guy that I thought it was. But okay, Petito.
Oh yeah, and then make sure to check out Adam Farley on Spotify or iTunes, wherever you get music. Yeah. Also check out Jon Snow's band, friend of the show. Okay. He has Red Cap Assassins, Realign, and Issues. They're all cover bands, and you could check them out on Facebook, and you could like them and find out where they're playing different shows. They play all over the tri-state area: New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York. So check them out.
Yeah.
And also, in the music category, check out Variant Season. Our buddy Will Perna.
Mark Yanish.
And Will Perna, if you're listening,
He's not.
we're getting you on. I know. But if you are,
We're gonna get
getting
you
you
on
on
here.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I just confirmed, like, me and Adam are working out. We
There's
know what movie we're going to do.
We have a ton of guests coming up, don't
Yeah. Oh, we have a ton of
we? What's the
guests
next
coming
movie?
up.
Can we tease that?
No.
No? Oh, God.
No.
You guys.
Yeah, it's going to be fresh. But I know what it is.
Fresh.
I know
Hot
what
and
it
fresh
is,
out the
but-
kitchen?
But yeah, also,
It's going
guys,
to be Balto.
if you can, please rate and review us on Applecast, iTunes, and Spotify. Any time you rate and review us, please give us 5 stars. We prefer that the most. But it actually helps us boost up a little bit more, so more people can find us, a little more accessible.
Yeah,
and stuff.
if you want to talk shit, feel free to talk shit, but
Yeah.
just give us 5 stars and then talk shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
I give
really
this
call us
podcast
out.
5 stars, but
Yeah.
God, I hate these
I
people.
want you get personal, okay? I want you to
Right.
cut me down,
Cut
okay?
young
Make me
Vince down.
have to go back to therapy. Make me need it.
Personally, I would like you to keep your fucking opinions to yourselves, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, but if you do have opinions and you don't feel like writing a review about
Keep
it,
'em to yourself.
you can email us any questions or suggestions or
Bank account
movies you wanna-
information.
bank account information. If you have a recommendation of a movie you would like us to review or try to do, hit us up on our email. And Rory, what's our email?
It is freakquelpodcast@gmail.com.
Gmail.
Gmail.
And make sure to check us out on Facebook. You could like us there on Facebook. And Rory, we post like pictures. We have, we always share our episodes on there. And even special things going on, we'll probably post it right there on the Facebook
Nice little
group.
behind the scenes stuff
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. So check it out.
Check
And
out our
guys-
OnlyFans account.
Oh, yeah.
It's mostly feet pics. It's mostly feet.
It's
Yeah.
mostly feet.
But if
And-
you're into
Nothing,
that,
very
Yeah.
classy stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
great lighting.
pictures of a
Right.
pink bear lamp. That's all
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Yeah. And it's
There's a market, buddy.
There is now.
And Tommy, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Tommy.
Please come back and do another movie. Maybe Slumber Party Massacre 1.
Nope.
No.
No, I'm out on that. I'm telling you right now. I saw 2. That was enough.
Yeah, 2's the better.
Thank you very much for having me here. I had a lot of fun. Everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody listening, for putting up with me. I appreciate it. And I love each and every one of you.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy, for coming on. Thank you, Rory and Vince. And thanks to Jess Mione for designing our logo.
Heck yeah.
And finally, guys, thank you for listening to
Prequels. Oh.
This Goes Out to the One I Love.